That piece of music is by Rachmaninoff. It's really pretty. It's on my 4th CD. It's a Etude Tableau. It's in D minor. It's a really pretty piece of music, but it's really hard. Alright, so what would you like to talk about?
I've actually read your website and all the reports about you. So I
Oh, wow.
But
You've become an expert.
I'll just assume that you'll tell me like in details.
Okay.
I'll just kind of start over.
Okay.
So yeah, like when did you come to the city and why?
When did I come to New York?
Mm-hmm.
I came to New York City in 2003, so I've been here 12 years now, a long time, and I came from Boston, but that's not where I'm from. I was there for 3 years before I came here.
And for what?
Originally I'm from Atlanta,
Okay.
and I came to New York just because I wanted to, what was going on in my life in Boston, I kind of had to restart things. I had to get a new apartment, and the girl I was dating decided she didn't want to be with me anymore, and I was having to get a new job because I had a job as a pianist at a ballet school, and that ended, and so I felt like, well, rather than trying to re-secure my work and get a new apartment and a new girlfriend, why don't I just try going to New York and just seeing what life is like there? And so I think anywhere in the world, everybody hears stories about New York City, about like, oh my gosh, the art there is amazing, and there's so many amazing things happening there. And so I just kind of wanted to see what it was all about. And so I came and I started working again for ballet companies and ballet schools as a pianist.
Was that your first time in New York City?
No, I'd come here before. I came here for the first time when I was 20 years old, and then I came off and on since then while I was in Boston, for different reasons, to visit people or to work with people on projects. Yeah, and then 2003. So yeah, I've been coming pretty constantly since I don't know, like 1999 or so. Yeah.
But were you upset, like at that time? Because
Was I upset?
Yeah, I just broke up with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was kind of emotional, but it's fine. I don't know. Everybody goes through these times.
But
I think.
what do you think of emotion? Is it like good for your
What do I think of emotions in general?
maybe your art? Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Emotions are torture. I kind of hate being emotions. I wish I could be more of a robotic human being. But I think art for me is a way of dealing with being a very emotional person, because when I play really, really beautiful things like this, like I was just playing, yesterday I was playing in the park. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? This piece. I was playing this piece of music, and the last time I was in the park, it was snowing at the beginning of the day. This was last Saturday or last Sunday, I think. And no, it was last Saturday, and it was snowing. It started snowing right when I set up the piano. It started snowing, and I was really frustrated with life. And I started playing this piece and just started looking at the snow. I was playing this piece of music and watching the snow fall down, and it made me kind of rethink how I feel about everything. It made me think, wow, maybe the world isn't such a bad place after all. But I think that's what music does for me. I think it does it for a lot of people. I think it when you're feeling really bad about how you feel, uh, and you're feeling your emotions are kind of uh, making you feel negative about life. Music, it makes you kind of be able to stand back and look at things differently. So yeah, but I hate being an emotional person. I really wish I weren't. If I weren't such an emotional person, I probably wouldn't be a musician though. I probably would have been something else.
But like I think isn't it like drowning yourself in a more like emotional situation?
What, by playing music? No, it's not
No.
like that for me. It's like I don't know. It's like talking to somebody who really sympathizes with you and really understands you. And when I play this music, I play it and I think, wow, the guy that wrote this is a Russian composer named Scriabin. He was alive, I guess, around like a little like 100, 110 years ago, around the turn of the century. And yeah, I just feel like um, I feel like he really understands what I'm feeling, and uh, it's nice to feel that. It's nice. It's nice when you feel like you're communicating with somebody who really understands what you're feeling, and rather than when you talk to somebody about troubles that you're facing, and someone just looks at you and it's just like, well, wow, that must suck. Sorry about that. As opposed to someone who says, yep, I've been through that and it really hurts. It's really awful. It makes you feel.
So you can feel it from music.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what I feel with music. It's like having someone that really understands what I'm feeling.
You started your career in New York City, like in ballet school.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
That was also torture. That was a torture of a different kind. I was like a lot of like little ballet princesses, like all have control over you and can tell you what to do, and are not really paying you very
Why was
much.
That?
A lot of different places. Like there was a little kids school called Ballet Academy East where I played for like little babies, and then there's American Ballet Theater where I played for adult. It's a dance company. It's not really a school. And then other places, the Joffrey Ballet School. There's a place called Perry Dance. I didn't do too much at Perry Dance. Where else? There are lots of other little private dance centers. There's one called Dance Space that actually closed down because the manager was crazy. And a few different ones. But I spent most of my time probably at the Joffrey School, Ballet Academy East, and American Ballet Theater. Those were the three that I probably spent most of my time at. There's New York City Ballet, but I don't know, New York City Ballet, that's really like, if you're going to be a pianist at New York City Ballet, that means you're like a really serious ballet pianist, and this is like your career, and you want to like do this for the rest of your life. I knew that I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. I didn't even want to, while I was doing it, I didn't even really want to be doing it. But it was the best. I was still playing piano for a living, so that's, that was positive, that I could actually play piano and make money.
Doesn't mean that you have to like devote a lot to that job.
At first I did. I had to learn how to do it. It took me a while to learn how to do it. I would say after 6 months of doing it, I could actually do it, and I could go into a ballet class and play, and the music would carry the class, and everything would be just fine. It took me, I guess, about 3 years. After doing it for 3 years, I was good. Like, I was really good. I could go into any ballet class, anywhere, and play and be great, and everybody would love me. And in the beginning, yeah, I did have to practice a lot. I had to really learn how to Like you have to be able to play waltzes like this kind of style of waltz. You have to play this. You have to play like that for like 20 minutes. Like and you have to keep it new. You can't be repeating things all the time. You have to be playing in such a way that is exciting for the dancers and keeps the class moving. And that took a little bit of time to learn. But yeah. I'd say after like 2 years, I didn't really have to practice anymore. Like I didn't have to like study and try new things. But then after 3 years, like I was like a perfect ballet pianist. Like I was really good at it, and everybody wanted to work with me. Like I would go. Sometimes pianists would get sick, and so they would need me to cover for their class, and so I would go cover for the class, and then the teacher would fire the other pianist and try to get me to play for them. I got really really good at it, but it wasn't anything I was proud of. I didn't enjoy it. Like I wasn't.
I mean, the reason why you left the place, was it because of the music or the people there?
It was a mixture of both. I mean, I couldn't really be creative. I like being creative. I like writing music. I like, I like learning pieces of music that I feel. I could never play this for a ballet class. Nobody would be interested in that. But I think this is one of the most beautiful pieces of music I ever heard, and so it's really frustrating that this doesn't mean anything to a dancer in a ballet class, and so I was really frustrated by that. But when I play this in the park, it's beautiful, and people give me money for it. So I think it wasn't so much the people as it was just like the structure of how a ballet class works and what they need from a pianist. And they don't need me to be creative. They don't need me to be playing fancy, beautiful classical music. They need me to be playing, and after years and years of that, it's horrible, and I can't stand it anymore. So.